3, 2. Okay, it's up here.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We're having a lot of fun here on the Snowman in the Morning Super Bowl special, which crossed a lot of people up when we got started, wondering why Snowman in the Morning is on in the afternoon. Now a lot of people are understanding, and I want to thank everybody for checking in with us on the Super Bowl special. Speaking of which, this could not, I repeat, it could not be a Super Bowl special since the Eagles are in it if I didn't welcome the lovely Deb Whitcas.
Hello,
There she is
everybody.
right now, live from New Orleans.
I am here. I am in NOLA. I'm ready. I am ready for the game, and my shoe is ready as well. I'm ready for the game. Let's go.
How has New Orleans been to you this week?
Oh my God, I'm gonna start to cry. Amazing. This week has been magical. There's no other way to describe it. Energy's high. I love New Orleans. I've always loved this city. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Eagles fans everywhere. Was at every single press conference. I fit in as many events as I possibly could go to. Was at Media Row with the Blonde Blitz. I had a table at Media Row. Got some really amazing feedback about the show and you know what I'm trying to do and what my team is trying to do. We interviewed Lee Steinberg. He loved it. He was throwing pink footballs all around Media Row. Like it literally could not have gone better. And that's why I say it's magical, because it really is.
Well, a lot of people, I got to take a personal moment, have wished me well, because they were looking forward to seeing me and my wife in New Orleans. Unfortunately, unfortunately, you know what happened. Health got in the way, but doggone it.
Next year.
I said at the top of the show today that today we'll start the road to Santa Clara, but we got to finish here in New Orleans. Let's get to it. Eagles and Chiefs for the second time in 3 years in the Super Bowl. You know what happened in Phoenix, Arizona. We will not unpack that. We'll just unpack this season. And I will start with this point. The major difference in the Eagles offense is none other than Saquon Barkley.
Yes. I actually, got to talk to Tommy DeVito, the quarterback of the Giants, and interviewed him for a bit. And I asked him who was going to win, and he literally said Saquon Barkley. So that was his answer. He didn't give a team when I asked him. He just said Saquon Barkley. And then proceeded to ask him, obviously, they played on the same team. Asked him about his work ethic and just him as a person. And obviously Tommy loves him. He was really sad to see him go, but he was enjoying this season, watching Saquon, shine, and he's looking for the Eagles to win. So that was kind of cool to hear the quarterback of the Giants say he wanted to have the Eagles win. So that was pretty cool. But it's a mixed bag here. I've done probably 100 interviews. It's about even. Some people are rooting for the Eagles, but think Kansas City's going to win. Also heard Eagles by a lot because of Saquon Barkley. I've also heard from a lot of former NFL players. They just want a good game. They can't pick. So I've heard across the board at this point. But yeah, both of these teams are locked in. The pressers, there was great energy, and they're both really ready to go. I did hear a rumor, though, that some of Carter's suffering from a flu. There's a couple people that on the Eagles squad that are suffering from to have some flu-like symptoms. I didn't see that myself. They hit it really well. We also finished media availability on Thursday, so I haven't seen the players in the last couple of days, but. Yeah, so still, I'm still going for the Eagles. Look at me, but
oh man, it's been a dream of mine for about 15 seasons now to make it to Radio Row, wherever the Super Bowl is, and I vow to be in Santa Clara with the host team being San Francisco next year.
Yes.
And my wife, Jody, whom you have gotten to know through our interviews here, says, what if the ultimate happens? I said, what's that? What if you got to see Philadelphia in the NFC Championship, then you get to stay home for the Super Bowl? I said, first of all, we got Saquon Barkley to deal with, just as they have to deal with Christian McCaffrey.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a very similar play. Yeah.
I mean, but how fun of an NFC Championship would that be?
That would be great.
If Philly and San Francisco, fully healthy now on both sides, got a second shot at each other in 4 years. I think it would be a great championship game down to the wire.
I actually had this conversation yesterday with my content producer as we were driving. I was really disappointed in San Francisco this season just because of the injuries, obviously. But her and I were discussing just how good of a team San Francisco is and how they should have been in this equation, and just the injuries. The injury bug just got them. But I think they're going to come back really stronger next season, and I hope that too, because they are a really good football team.
Man, I am wishing and praying right now that Philly and San Francisco hook up for the NFC Championship.
It'd be fun,
Because
also too, because San Fran, like you know what I mean. I'm never against the Eagles, like to not be in a Super Bowl, but San Fran is, it's in San Fran next season. So
I have so much love and adoration for the Philadelphia Eagles for many, many years. One of my first favorite Eagles was Ron Jaworski.
I was at his party. Wait, where's my lanyard? Hold on, I'll get hold on.
Harold Carmichael. What are the Eagles that I love back in the day? Coach Randall Cunningham. All right, there you go.
There we go. Jaws, Cigars with Stars. Jaws was there. Saw Brian Urlacher as well.
Yeah, so Brian Urlacher. Gotta love it.
Tell you how after I came home from that party, we were outside and I just smelled like a cigar. Like I tried to go to sleep. I was like, because showering wakes me up. I usually shower in the morning. Yeah. And I was disgusted by myself. So I love the smell of cigar smoke, but it was so strong, and I had to do interviews at 8 a.m. at Radio Row, and you
weren't getting rid of that smell by itself.
No way. No perfume in the world could drown out that smell. So yeah, obviously I had to take a shower. I washed my hair twice. Yes. And my friends were like, "What are you thinking? What were you thinking?" And I was like, I downed 3 bottles. I had one drink, but it was a cigar smoke that just got me. I downed 3 waters. It was insane. But I got there, and the interviews I had were actually really, really great. So it all worked out. Fun time.
Pick 5 of your favorite interviews from this year.
Oh, in general?
In general.
With the Blonde Blitz too?
Anything.
Anything. Wow. Okay, definitely Lee Steinberg. That's up there. But it's interesting because it was great. It was a very full circle moment for me, because when I decided to get into sports, I told him this story during the interview. I literally typed, "How do I become a sports reporter?" on Google, right? Mm-hmm. And his conference, Lee Steinberg's conference, popped up. So I decided to go. I went, I met him, I met Chris Cabot, met a bunch of different people, and just kind of started networking from there. And so I basically thanked Lee, because I was like, 5 years ago, I did your conference, and then now I'm here interviewing on Media Row. And to me, that's amazing. That's a full circle moment. And he was very appreciative that I shared that story. So Lee Steinberg for sure. God, I'm blanking now. Brandon Graham gave me some great answers. I love Brandon. I'm friends with his dad. I know his family. I asked him about, because he's the lone standing Eagle right now. He used to play for Andy Reid. So, and he's the only one in the entire team that played with Andy. So I asked him about the full circle moment, being the fact that, this is the second time he's seeing Andy in a Super Bowl, and the fact that it may be his last game. So it's now being confirmed that it's his last game, and he did get activated. So I'm very excited to see him on the field for one last time.
That'd be awesome. That's awesome.
He gave me a great answer, I have to say. You know who else gave me a great answer? Carson Wentz, to be honest. And we know I'm not a huge Carson Wentz fan, but we had a great connection, to be honest. I talked to him for a good 5-10 minutes. And one of my questions that I asked, because I've been working with Jen Welter so much this week, was, what woman has influenced your football career the most? And so I asked a bunch of players, and he gave me a great answer. He said his wife, and I actually teared up when he said it. So it was good. And then I also asked about the presence, the growing presence of women in the NFL, in the front office, in coaching, where and do they belong, and is it a good thing? And of course, all the guys were they were like, it's a great thing. Not only it's a great thing.
It is.
They were very appreciative of all the women and what they could teach them, and they have a different view on things sometimes, and they appreciate that. And yeah, so that what's that, 3 I'm giving you right now?
Yeah. That's 3.
I loved my interview with Beasley Reese. I saw him at dinner. I was actually very lucky to go to a dinner on Friday night, and there was about 40 retired NFL Eagles players there, 10 Hall of Famers. Beasley was there. He got to say hi to him. So he's the former CEO of the NFL Alumni Association. Mm-hmm. So really loved. I loved when I did almost like a half-hour interview with him. And I'm trying to think who else. AJ Brown, I love him. So I think that's my 5. AJ's just not. Saquon Barkley was really nice too. So
your recorder must have gotten worn out this week.
Oh, I literally, anyone I could everyone saw the pink mic coming. Like, it was just. And so anywhere I could go. It's funny because anywhere I was in pink every single day. Like, I was in the pink, like just different forms of it. So my content producer was like, I could always find Deb, and any of my friends could always find me because I was the one in bright pink, because it's a lot of media. There's like hundreds of media at these events. So it's kind of hard to, you kind of separate and conquer, and because you don't have much time. Like, each presser, usually they do a head coach presser with everybody, and then either Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes, and then that's at the podium, and then you all go, and they all have little sections, little tables they sit at, little podiums, and then the media just walks up and asks questions. So you only have about 30 minutes a day with the players. So, and they don't always come back. So like Brandon Graham did 2 pressers, just because this game's going to be his last game. So they made sure that, they got him in there. But you don't know, I think I saw Patrick Mahomes twice. It's usually like offense and then defense. I think AJ Brown did it twice too. So there's 4 media availabilities. So there's the media night, the opening night, which is like a circus. That was it was actually the worst I've ever seen. We were on the sidelines and we were so packed in. People were just getting like tossed and turned, and it was wild. And then media availability also on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, there's 4 in total.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I am wanting to get into the teeth of that next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you the ropes.
I want to get into the teeth of that next year in Santa Clara.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, it's gonna be wild, and I know you got to sprint out. A lot more to do, but I can't send you off without this.
Victory! One more thing I wanted to say. New Orleans did an amazing job. Last night I was driving back to where I'm staying, and one bridge is red and one bridge is green. It's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, red or green? Red or green?
Red or green.
green. It was like really funny. Anyway.
Oh, man, that is great. That is Deb
Yeah.
Whitcas, my dear friend, joining us as we count you down to kickoff of Super Bowl 59 from the Superdome in New Orleans. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate you very much.
Bye, guys. Go Birds.
Deb Whitcas joining us here on the pregame show as we count you down to kickoff of Super Bowl 59. One more thing to do, and then it's kickoff time. We'll wrap it up after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how
how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff.